I really wish they will one day teach stuff like this in school. You know, living this entrepreneur lifestyle, there isn't really certain hours, working hours, that where I work and then I can completely log off. I'm kind of working all the time and still having leisure times at the same time. And there are of course good points going into this, you know, that work doesn't feel so work, but then on the other hand, it sometimes feel like you're working all the time, and then it might be difficult to get out from that, you know, work mode when you should be relaxing. I learned this very interesting concept from this book and then started implementing it into my own daily life. So basically, when I'm changing from an environment or task or situation to another, before going there, I pause, I let go of the past energy from that environment. So let's say I was with people, I let go of that, I recharge myself, set an intention for the new environment, the new task, and then I go to do that. Many times, probably you have realized when you go from a difficult situation and then you need to start something fun, it isn't so easy. So let's say you had a difficult conversation with your parents and now you are supposed to have a night out. You know, it isn't so easy because that energy comes to that new thing with you. So doing this, kind of releasing tension, setting intention, what is it called? You don't drag all that energy with you to wherever you go. You leave it there. And this has helped me so much to be present and actually reach the things that I want to reach in that certain activity. So if I had a stressful day and I want to go out for a walk and just be present there, listen to the birds, I have to first release that tension from that work that I had, the difficult creative things, for example, concepts that I had in my mind. I release it and then I go to do the other thing. Something related to this is the kind of queue idea. Like, so when you are in a queue or in a line, for example in a supermarket, those are the moments where you could take the phone, for example, but you could also think, how am I feeling now? What's my internal state currently? Am I feeling frustration? Am I feeling good? Is today a happy day? I kind of reflect on what has happened. It might be, you know, 10-second small cue, or it could be multiple minutes. But if you get the habit of doing that every time, you raise so much self-awareness and can make the day so much better based on that little moment of self-reflection, self-awareness in that moment. Then another big one is having clear intentions on how you want to treat other people and what do you want to feel when you are with them. Kind of setting up this mood beforehand already for that meeting. This is so important because many times when we meet people, we could just have the energy from the past, we take our phone and, you know, in the end we don't actually hang out, we are just being with each other. But if you are meeting somebody and you first think that, hey, I would really like to know how they're doing in their new job, or how is their family doing, going into that conversation, you already know so much better what you want to achieve. So it's like kind of giving a speech. If you have to go there and just improvise everything, it's quite difficult sometimes. It could work, but probably you will miss out a couple of points you want to make. But if you have something outlined, you know, like a couple of bullet points here and there about things that you want to talk about. I'm not saying that you have to do this for every conversation, but you can just think of it in your mind. I'm meeting an old friend from the past. Let's ask these questions because actually I really want to know them. This helps so much to have more meaningful and overall, in general, better human relationships with people around you. Like for example, me, I was recently in a wedding of my friend and I had never been in a wedding before that. I knew that it's a very special and rare occasion for me. And of course I wanted to be a fun and memorable night. You know, be present and just have fun. But being introvert, it's not always so easy to go into unknown places with completely unknown people, and in this case unknown situation as well, because you easily get this feeling of outsider. You don't know anybody, you don't know what to do, how to behave, and then you're just kind of all the time in your own head wondering, well, what now? And I knew that this will most likely happen for me in this case if I don't prepare myself. I will not get an amazing night. Probably I will just end up with bad memories and feel like I missed amazing event or opportunity. So what I did was just set an intention. How do I want to feel? What's the energy I want to have there? And for me, that was not be in my head, just be present and be me. You know, not really care about if I know others or what they think of me or whatever. And in the end, I had an amazing night. I even gave a speech completely unplanned or scripted. My friend helped with that a little bit because he was the one who made the initiative, like,
hey, let's go have fun and make a speech for all the 100 people that we don't know.
yeah, made a lot of new connections there, met people, and even got like invitation for next next weekend to go in another party. So next time you have some sort of event or meeting, big or small, set an intention. What do you want to feel? What do you want to achieve? Because if you do, you become much more likely to actually reach that. If you want more great tips, make sure to check this video next. Remember to stay kind and meaningful in your own beautiful journey. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Ciao.